this is Beth from the Sterling Public Library, here to talk to you about a couple of more books from our young adult collections from the stacks. All right, so actually all the books I'm going to talk to you about today are pretty new, so that's kind of exciting. So this is the first one, and it's called Salt and Sugar, and it's by Rebecca Carvalho, and just came out this month. So this is a really good enemies to lovers romance. But I will read you the first line. Trust neither thin-bottomed frying pans nor molinas, Grandma Julieta Ramirez always said. So these two families have been feuding for 4 generations, and they both own bakeries on opposite sides of the street. One is called Salt and the other is called Sugar. And the Salt bakery only makes savory food, and the Sugar bakery only makes sweet food. And they are not 100% sure why they've been fighting for so long or what happened in the past, but they don't trust each other at all. Well, like I said, they're both small bakeries that are independently owned and they're doing fine. However, a discount grocery store decides to open up in their town and is trying to run both of them out of business. And Larry and Pedro, who are the two high schoolers in this story that are from each of the families, decide that they need to work together to try and do something about it. So, but they can't tell their parents or their grandparents because, it's a feud. Anyway, they not only have to get over their parents' prejudice, but they have their own prejudice against each other. But it's a really good book. I sometimes don't like the enemies to lovers because it's like, why did they start liking each other all of a sudden? But this one was really good. It had a nice in-between phrase where they sort of became tentative friends and then ended up together. So this is a really good one, very fun, and I liked it a lot. Another one I want to talk to you about is this one. It also came out this month. It's called The 909 Project, and it's by Mark Parsons. And this one I really liked. So it's about Jameson, who's 19. This is realistic fiction. I think he's 19. Let me read you the first line. Can stupidity make your head hurt? Seth asked me. Anyway, so Jameson's mother has just died. Well, she died like 2 years before the book starts. And he really misses her because she's like the only one who really understood him. He's got I can't remember what it's called, a neurological condition called synesthesia, where he sometimes sees, like his senses get crossed, so sometimes he sees letters and words as colors. Anyway, his mother had it also, and so he really feels like he misses her so much because they were very close and she understood him. And so he's still dealing with grief. The rest of his family seems to have gotten over it, and he's still having a hard time getting over it. Well, he was in the hospital room when she died, and she died at 9:09 in the evening, and he looked out the window at a certain cross street, a corner. And so he decides, he's also interested in photography, he decides that he's going to do this project. And at 9:09 every night, he's just going to go to this specific corner and take a picture of whoever happens to be there. And through all of this, he learns people's stories, and he not only learns about them, he really learns a lot about himself. It's really sort of a coming-of-age story. I really liked him as a character, and I really liked the way that he worked through his grief and the way he did it and how he grew as a person. Anyway, another really good one. I do want to just take a quick shout out to this one, which is the Heartstopper Yearbook. I don't know if any of you are, but I've been kind of obsessed over the Heartstopper comics and the show. And this just came out last month, I think. And it's not another story, but it's written by the Alice Oseman, who is the drawer of Heartstopper. And she just does some interesting backstory about how she developed Heartstopper. There's even some parts in there how to draw some of the characters. There's lots of interesting things about some of the characters, and there's some new art that is not anywhere else that you can find that just has to do with the Heartstopper comic. So anyway, this is also available. And that's all I have for you today, and I will see you next time. Bye.